I don't know who needs to hear this, but without structure, your winter arc is already cooked. So here's what I'm doing to stay locked in. The first thing that I'm doing is tracking my metrics. Calories, protein, steps, weight, money, chapters in books, habits. Tracking is training. When you can see the metrics and see what's actually being done, then you can tweak what you're doing to improve yourself. What's measured can be managed. So with my calories and my protein, I just downloaded Macros First, which is an app where it tracks your macros and your calories, and that can be tweaked to your needs and cater to what you need to achieve your goals. I have a Fitbit to track my activity, so be it my steps, my calories, how many miles I'm walking every day, and that just helps me get a bigger look at what I'm actually doing with my body. And what's super helpful about Fitbit is on the app, it tells me if my activity levels are low and when I need to start being more active. If you don't have a Fitbit, there's the health app on your phone that tracks how many calories you're burning and how many steps you're getting. Just keep your phone in your pocket while you go for a walk and it'll track that all for you. When I have my calorie intake, my calorie expenditure, my protein, macros, steps, all being tracked, it becomes so much easier for me to tweak it to where I need to improve and where I need more focus on. When it comes to money, every day I wake up and I look at my bank account, and if I'm not satisfied with what I'm looking at, which I mean, I'm always going to be striving for more. I wake up every day with gratitude, but I wake up every day and look at my bank account and I remind myself what I'm actually working for. This month, my goal is to read 3 books, so every day my goal is at least 50 pages. So if I'm tracking every single day with a checklist, I'm getting those 50 pages in, then by the end of the month, I'm going to be reading 3 books. And let's be real, when you start reading, it becomes so much easier to just keep going. And usually if I set a goal for 50 pages, I'm reading 100, 150. It's initiating that little first step that makes it so much easier to go beyond your goals. So to track my habits, I'm using Todoist. It's basically a to-do list and it has like little icons and stuff like that. And they can be altered to like show up the day tomorrow or for a week in advance. It just makes sure that everything that needs to get done is being reminded to you. And with Notion, there's like different templates and like a whole bunch of different tools on there that can help you set it up exactly how you need it to be. The second thing I'm doing to stay locked in is being held accountable. Now, if I was doing this all on my own, it'd be so easy to just mess up and think that nobody's gonna know about it. But ultimately, whatever you do in private shows up in public. So helping me be held accountable is my sister. My sister Emerson and I were both working on this together. We're both on our own journeys to become better people, and just because it became September, everybody's going into their winter arcs, so I decided that, you know what, it's the perfect time for me to do that too. So Emerson and I have a check-in system where every day we send a screenshot of what we ate today, our protein, our macros, to see if it aligns with our goals. I send my steps to her, and we talk every single day. I love talking to my sister and having somebody to confide in and talk about the things that we're working on makes it so much easier to stay on track, because not only are you depending on yourself, they're depending on you to stay in the ringer and stay locked in with them. So we go to the gym together and we reward each other. We talk about our goals and we talk about our wins and we celebrate each other. So it's just so great being able to have someone there with me going through the same stuff. I've also found that on social media, like seeing other people doing things that you want to do, like following influencers who are achieving the goals that you want to achieve. If you are watching and consuming a whole bunch of stuff that is in alignment with your goals and what you're trying to achieve, it stays so much easier to be held accountable. Because if you're overeating and emotional eating or skipping your workout and you open your phone and there's a video of someone working out, all of a sudden, wow, what am I doing? You're held accountable. So alter your algorithm to be exactly what you need to see. Get rid of the negative self-talk, all that stuff that's online that isn't benefiting you, get rid of it. What also helps me be held accountable is at the end of the day, I write a diary entry where I just reflect on what was hard, what was easy, and what I could improve on the next day. The last thing I'm doing to stay locked in is working on my mindset. When your mind is clear, it's so much more impressionable to new ideas and new habits and new strategies you want to bring into your life. If you're constantly in a mental state of chaos, how do you think you're supposed to implement new things that you want to do that support your goals? You find clarity in stillness. Try looking at a boiling pot of water. You can't see anything, but when the water is still, you can see a reflection. When you're relaxed, when you're calm, it becomes so much easier to impress your mind with the things that you want to believe and the goals that you want to achieve. I find that stillness in meditation, journaling, talking it out, writing it out, making these videos. You have a lot of energy inside of your body, and a great way to let that out and let your inner stillness and inner peace come out is through expression. Notice how that whenever you spiral and go into a cycle of emotional overeating and skipping the gym, you're always in a state of anxiety. And it's because of that anxiety that triggers you to do the things that you don't want to do. And the things that you don't want to do trigger anxiety. And it's just an awful cycle. So when you start with yourself, you start with your core, then it becomes so much easier to get the results you want. If you found this helpful, feel free to subscribe and leave a comment below of what else you want to hear from me, and I hope you have a great day.